All right, look. Good morning, NBA. All right, January 29th. Now, I know a lot of y'all may have been distracted by the title games, but us basketball heads, we was knee deep in this NBA. So, believe it or not, the NBA was kind of popping yesterday. So, the Detroit Pistons, the worst team known to man, upset the best team in the West in the Thunder. Okay, the Thunder were 13-point favorites at Detroit. 2 o'clock tip off, and madness ensued. Okay, Shea Gilgeous had 31 points through 3 quarters, but it didn't matter because they was getting blown out. All right, I don't know how this happened. I'm watching it as it's happening. Jaden Ivey, Duran, Bogdanovich, like they just kept hitting shots. And the crazy part is, it was started off as a typical Piston game. You had OKC up by like 12. All right, oh no, see it was up by like 12. And then the Pistons proceeded to walk them down like 21 in Metro. And they took the lead and they never relinquished it. They outscored them 46-30 in the second quarter, 30-25 in the third, and then 20-18 in the fourth. This was a rout. Now, granted, I'm gonna be nice to the Thunder in this, despite this pathetic loss. I'm gonna be nice, and I'm gonna be nice just off the simple fact that they probably were looking ahead to Minnesota. They play Minnesota tonight at home. Number one seed in the conference is on the line. They're probably looking ahead to Minnesota. This was the last game of a road trip. They was on the road all week. It was a 3-game road trip. So, they played at San Antonio, at the Pelicans, and then they blew the game to Detroit. So, it's one of those situations where it was a bad spot for Oklahoma City. It is. But Detroit is so bad that I think you got to override all bad spot narratives when teams play Detroit. Now, granted, Detroit has been better lately, believe it or not. I mean, what did they get, like 3 wins this month? And look, I'm not being funny. Detroit getting 3 wins in a month is a lot for them. This is a team that lost damn near 30 straight games. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Jaden Ivey's pretty good. Let's call it what it is. Jalen Duran is pretty good. They just absolutely suck. I don't know why they suck. I mean, they have talent, but I don't know. Shout out to Indiana. Indiana beats Memphis. Memphis kept it competitive. Memphis opened as a 9-point dog. Now, the thing with Indiana is they didn't have Miles Turner. They didn't have O'Connell. But the dude Jalen Smith, this bozo with the goggles, he came in, dropped 19 and 10. All right, Siakam had a quiet 19 and 6. But the dude Mathurin is the one who popped off. Mathurin had like fucking 15, 20 points in the first half. So he popped off. Nimhard did his thing. He had 9 assists. It was a good game. Jared, like I said, Triple J on Memphis is really showing that he not necessarily can carry a team, but he's showing that he's definitely going to be the second best player when Ja comes back. Like, Triple J at center is really doing his thing right now. Memphis is well coached. They play hard every night, and they upset teams, man. You got to look out for Memphis. This Atlanta game was crazy. Atlanta was a 7.5 point favorite. I think they closed at around 5 because DeJounte Murray didn't play. But at the same time, you're playing a Raptors team that does not have Emmanuel Quickly. They don't have R.J. Barrett. They don't got Jakob Poeltl. They don't got shit. And they almost beat you. Like, they almost beat you. Like, this Atlanta Hawk team they're a hard attack. They're a hard attack to watch. And, I mean, if you bet on them, I mean, bless your heart. So, I mean, they win. Trae Young almost blows the game. Atlanta plays no defense. Atlanta gets a stop on Scotty Barnes with like 7 seconds ago. 7 seconds left in the game. Atlanta took the lead. They got a stop on Scotty Barnes. And Trae Young turns the ball over. Scotty Barnes takes a 25-124 lead. Trey Young gets ball back, bricks the floater. Sadiq Bey, national treasure Sadiq Bey, he literally tipped it in with like zero point 0.5 seconds ago. So Atlanta basically won by the hairs on their chinny chin chin versus a depleted Raptor team. It's Atlanta team. They're not good, man. They not. The Raptors ain't good either, but Atlanta, oh my gosh, bro. Like there's too much talent. Even without DeJounte Murray, they're too talented to be in a close game with the Raptors. I'm sorry. Phoenix got their ass beat as they should have. I mean, my model had Orlando as a 2 or 3 point favorite. So the fact that they were a 1.5 point dog, that's like stealing money. Like, this is how the NBA works. Like a team like the Magic in a good spot going against a team like Phoenix, who's looking forward to playing the Heat tonight, because Phoenix plays the Heat tonight. So they're probably going to overlook Orlando. And Orlando was due for a win, because I want to say the last game Orlando lost at Memphis by a point, and they had just got blown out by Cleveland by like 30. So Orlando was kind of due for a win. You knew Memphis is going to go out there, play their hardest. Now they're probably going to lose to Dallas tonight, because Dallas is due for a win. Dallas lost to Sacramento after the 70-point triple-double, and Orlando just beat Phoenix, so they're probably due for a letdown. So more than likely, Orlando's going to lose to the Mavericks, and they'll probably beat the Spurs on Wednesday. That's probably how that's going to work. But, yeah, I mean, good game. I mean, Devin Booker dropped 44 in a loss. Devin Booker, your points don't matter. Kevin Durant is a bum. Kevin Durant had 15 points. Bradley Beal's a bum. He had 9 points. Pablo Banchero had 26. He pretty much carried the team. But, damn, Phoenix, you couldn't crack 100? The nigga Devin Booker scored 44. You scored 98. I couldn't even crack 100. Can we just admit that KD might be washed? Can we go there? Like, can we go there? And then, in a game that got slightly close at the end, the Bulls beat the Blazers. The Blazers, they got some talent over there, man. Shout out to Anthony Simmons. He had a bad game. But, DeAndre Ayton had 22 and 12. Jeremy Grant had 24 points. This dude Simmons been dropping like 30 points a game for like the last week or two. So he was due for an off game. Malcolm Brogdon, he's about to get traded. That's inevitable. He's probably going to be a Knick real soon. He's going to fit real nice with the Knicks. All in all, shout out to DeRozan. He had 20. I mean, it was pretty much a balanced attack. 20 points from DeRozan, 14 from Vooch, 15 from Cody White. Ayo Dasamua, I hope I pronounced that right. He had 11. He had some key blocks down the stretch. He was getting shit done. But for the most part, fellas, it was a smooth day in the NBA. Had a major upset in Detroit. Had a thriller in Atlanta. And, it's a typical NBA shit. Indiana had to work for their win versus Memphis as expected. All in all, typical day in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else to talk about. Now, we got a monster slate tonight. We got Luka playing. We got Giannis versus Jokic. We got KD versus the Heat. We got some good games tonight. So, tomorrow morning, Good Morning NBA going to be lit. So, y'all make sure y'all come back. That's it. That's all. Throw those FUs in my chat if you rocking with me. My name is Fist Vegas, and I approve this mess.